The man discovered something strange while fishing. He saw that the once icy lake water had started to boil mysteriously. The terrifying sight before him frightened him so much that he immediately turned around and ran. But before he could get far, a jet of scalding water suddenly erupted from the lake, forming into a water dragon that lunged at him. In the next second, the man was instantly frozen into a block of ice. However, when he tremblingly looked down, he found that there was suddenly a strange dog-headed fish in his empty bucket. Having caught nothing all day, Krove was overjoyed and quickly ran home, added firewood, and prepared to enjoy a hearty meal. But as Krove was choosing the seasoning for the stew, a young girl's voice suddenly came from inside the house. He casually replied, but then froze in place when he turned around. He saw that it was the dog-headed fish in the bucket speaking to him. After calming himself, Krove slowly stood up and cautiously leaned closer. Seeing his bewildered face, the dog-headed fish explained that she was a fish princess from the river, but she had grown tired of life underwater and wanted to experience the human world. She promised that if Krove would take her out to see the world, she could grant him any wish he desired. The next second, the entire house began to tremble and rise higher and higher. Before Krove could react, his bed and stove shot out of the house. Then the dog-headed fish told Krove that she was taking him to see the magical kingdom. As soon as she finished speaking, the snow-covered land began to melt, and before long, the entire earth turned green. When Krove arrived at the riverbank with the bucket, the dog-headed fish suddenly disappeared, and in her place stood a beautiful young woman. She wore a shimmering cloak made of fish scales, which allowed anyone who wore it to swim freely underwater. The girl, Alina, handed the cloak to Krove and told him that if he presented this treasure to the king, he would win the hand of the princess. Overjoyed, Krove rushed straight to the palace, but before he could explain himself, the guards seized him. He hurriedly said that he had brought a gift to ask for the princess's hand in marriage, but the people, seeing his shabby clothes, burst into laughter and threw him out before he could even show the fish scale cloak. After hearing Krove's story, Alina decided to help him find another treasure. After crossing mountains and rivers, they arrived at a strange barren land. As Krove shivered in fear, a cat demon suddenly appeared behind him. The creature said that any human who entered his territory would become his food. But Krove remained calm, slowly took out a small bottle, and carefully handed it over. After just one taste of the mysterious drink, the cat demon became completely intoxicated and decided to follow Krove. Soon the two returned to the palace. Seeing the cat playing music, the king was instantly fascinated and agreed to let Krove marry the princess. However, the princess was unwilling. She told Krove that he must first obtain her mother's consent. To Krove's shock, the princess's mother had died 10 years ago. But this did not stop Alina. She declared that she would accompany Krove to the underworld to win the princess's mother's blessing. There, they met an old man. After hearing their request, the old man blew on a giant stone, and in the next moment, the spirit of a deceased woman appeared. Krove quickly explained his purpose. Hearing the story, the princess's mother was astonished. She never imagined that someone would come all the way from the mortal world to the underworld just to ask for her consent. Deeply moved, she agreed. Meanwhile, at the royal banquet in the mortal world, the princess suddenly saw her mother's image appear on her plate.